Welcome to this 40th edition of Star Nation News. A little bit special today. I am here to bring you some information about what is happening in the galactic life that influences the present and the future of Earth. Sit comfortably and fasten your seatbelts. Engage. High Commander Thor Eredyon reported on the situation in the Orion Belt regarding a desperate attempt from a Ciakahrr squad of 4 battle cruiser ships to force through the defense lines. These frantic attempts betray the despair of a losing empire. As the war continues throughout the Nataru galaxy, sectors are being liberated, one after the other. What is now left of a former galactic tyrannic imperial power is a small, cornered area regrouping the last forces, defending their queen and the royal houses. When we talk about a queen for the Ciakahrr Empire, we are not referring to a hive consciousness, as the Ciakahrr reptilians are individuated consciousnesses. Nonetheless, although they function pretty much like royal structures on Earth, for instance, the Ciakahrr lower classes have the ability to interface their minds to the higher class officers they are under the charge of. This power bound is a frequent occurrence among reptiloids. The incident involving the Ciakahrr squad aimed at reaching out the Al-Nilam star system, known locally as Ciakahrr, where the seat of the Council of Ciakahrr is located. Unfortunately for the Ciakahrr squad, it didn't take time for them to be obliterated by a protection fleet of the Anakh Empire positioned there. It would seem that the Ciakahrr are now playing at suicidal operations befitting their code of honor, dying in combat. This is not without remembering the famous Klingons' behavior from the Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek franchise. That was, by the way, a disclosure operation, imprinting the true reality of what has been going on in space and about the races that visited Earth and interacted there, the good and the bad. Such as the Borgs, for instance, depicting the Orion Grey nebulae, and the cube shape that only can contain a hive-type artificial intelligence queen. And also, interestingly, black goo. This Nebu technology was shared with the deep state faction of Earth military in the Black Secret space program, in the manufacture of cubic drones and satellites able to contain gray artificial intelligence connected to the Orion Hive Queen in the Trapezium Nebula M42. All these drones and satellites were deactivated in a secret operation of the Galactic Federation of Worlds that was completed by the end of Earth year 2022. The Ciakahrr stronghold will resist until the end. May they all sacrifice themselves according to their code of honor. In a way, this is fortunate help for the forces of the United Alliance of Nataru, as it is now called, since the Anakh Empire joined the fun. I want now to address an important point that involves the usual agenda of deception and manipulation implemented by the counterintelligence organizations working for the deep state. I have mentioned this point already on different platforms. However, I found it was important to take the opportunity of this edition of Star Nation News to make sure that the message is well and broadly received. Regarding some rumors we recently heard, and which I shared with Prince Ea, he agreed to deliver a message in response. My old friend and companion, Ea, son of Anu, wishes to specify that he is not communicating personally with anyone on Earth, since he has retired from Earth affairs after he gave back the custody titles to the Earth Alliance of all the places in the Soul System formerly owned by the Anakh Empire. Since he also offered to the Earth Alliance the template of the original unspoiled human DNA, Prince Ea stays at his place, not interfering with the development of Earth civilization. He remains in the star system on board the Nibiru mothership for personal choice, not related to Earth. And he has no intention to come back on Earth or make contact with anybody, which will be illegitimate interference. It is not only by personal choice, but it is foremostly according to the Ciakahrr, the Anakh code of non-interference. Ea is not Enlil. They are two opposite personalities. Ea prefers not to interfere on Earth. Ea never wanted to be considered as a god, nor worshipped. He's a man who was born on another planet. He was only a scientist, a geneticist, when the expedition reached Earth. Because of the struggles with his half-brother Enlil that unfolded into a terrible planetary war, Ea had to take arms and ruse to save humanity, while Enlil was playing God and bringing humanity down to their knees and to his feet. The Anakh Empire has retired from Earth's affairs, as Earth rises as an autonomous interstellar civilization. Hence, if any of you believe that they are having alleged contacts with him, they are not genuine and 100% engineered by the forces of counterintelligence in an agenda aimed at discrediting him. This is a classic ways of doings of the dark agencies. And there is a huge, monumental, actual campaign of disinformation running against Ea, a smear campaign. And anyone who speaks of his good deeds will be targeted. So any monetized technology, goods or services, or so-called channeling even, using the name of Ea or Enki, are crookery non-related to him and absolutely not endorsed by him. Ea and I are old friends. We have been working together for the greater good of humanity for a very long time. We know each other well, and we have shared together many adventures, many joys, and many tears. This is the reason why we agreed that I would pass on to the humanity of Ki his messages and his love, because we know each other well enough to trust each other with an open heart. However, although I am his voice on Ki, or Earth, as you know it, the frequency of his heart and of his love vibrates as an echo in the veins of the multitude he considers as his children. Ea poured his DNA into humanity through a very special bloodline that has since immemorial times bred and multiplied, and all these people have in their vein a magnificent royal blood with wonderful capacities of healing and of creating. When these children look up to the stars, they can feel Ea's love resonance and the resonance of those who, near to Ea, also gave their gifts to humanity. These children feel in their veins, vibrating the pristine, highest frequency of love. For DNA is an antenna, and they can feel Ea's frequency of love. His frequency flowing through the bodies they momentarily have the honor to occupy. They are millions, and these millions are guiding the rest of humanity into his great awakening. Resonating with the frequency of Ea's heart and compassion is a very moving experience. Although, don't be mistaken, this is not communication. This is not telepathy. This is not downloads or channeling, etc. This is your DNA frequency resonance. Your DNA frequency resonance that activates in his presence. As he is not very far from Earth. The orbit of Jupiter seems very far for you, but it's not. What you experience is DNA memory. When you experience it, you are connected to the universe. Because love is the abiding cement of the building blocks of creation. You, the children of Ea, are the 80th generation after Yeshua, who was the vessel, the sacred vessel of Ea's royal blood. You are the 16,000th generation after the engineering of Adapa, whom you know as Adam, his first human hybrid child, engineered in the Eden laboratories aboard the Nibiru mothership. You are here to guide the others and tell them how to activate their own power. For Ea always worked at empowering the humans of Ki and at protecting them with his own life, despite all odds. He is not here to flatter his title, no, in the contrary. He is here, he's back into the star system to set it free and to give back to the humans of Ki their legitimate power and sovereignty. And he has just done that. He's just done it. Rise, beautiful beings, in these bodies that are a most divine vessel. You are truly a gift to this galaxy. You should always listen to your heart. Because your heart, when your heart vibrates in a certain frequency, it doesn't mislead you. Sometimes you apprehend something or someone or a situation. How does your heart feel about it? This is the answer. This is the way. The heart is the way to follow. And then the rational thinking just takes over. But the first milliseconds, what does your heart feel? What does your heart feel when you connect to the frequency of Ea? It feels love, compassion, a tremendous love for humanity. This galaxy has gone through a lot. It is the story of all galaxies. Empires rise, empires fall. Worlds are conquered, worlds liberate themselves or are liberated. This is the story of Nataru. And this is your story. Some of you even come from other galaxies. And some of you are those among these millions who are the children of a prince from the stars. He didn't do that just as an experiment. No, he did that because he foresaw the future. Ea foresaw that Enlil was going to try to enslave this planet and these human races. So he came up with a plan. We created a protected bloodline who would, with time, wake up and guide the others to set them free. And this is happening. It is now the times that the ancient scriptures call as the Apocalypse, a Greek name meaning the reveal of the light, the truth. And you are all the actors. Children of Ea, children of the stars, children of earth. 3 wonderful frequencies working together to save this planet. And this planet is already saved. The deep state that you see pretends they have a lot of power. They scare you. They want to impress you. They use black magic, manipulation for everything that is for the greater good of humanity is turned upside down as something negative. And everyone who come in love to simply assist humanity in its awakening have smear campaigns on their back. This is how they fight. It is a war of information. And this conversation I had with Ia, and which I gave you the heads up, is very important. And it is not only about Ia, it's about when someone brings a message that can help humanity, this message is going to be hijacked. Of course, because they cannot destroy the message, they destroy the messenger, as they did to Yeshua. But you know, messengers may die, may be destroyed, their reputation, but the message, if it's a good message, if it's an empowering message, the message never dies. It's eternal. The message, when carried by the frequency of love, cross times and all the eras of history. Love is a power, it's a frequency. And you know this by now. It's a frequency and it is experienced as an emotion when we embody physical form. The Ciakahrr Empire is dying. And as this empire dies, another one rises. This is the balance of the universe. And something wonderful has risen. The United Alliance of Nataru, which includes the Nataru Alliance and the Anakh Empire. Oh, he has worked underneath to convince and guide his very old father. Now Anu listens to his son. Anu has no plan to quit being an emperor for the moment. And he's listening to wise ones. He's helping this galaxy. It is not an empire that we see as a resurgence. It is a union, a unity, a confederation. And this alliance, we are all part of it as sentient living beings of Nataru. I honor and respect all of you. I assist you and guide you, and my greatest reward is to see you empowered, independent, free of mind, daring, reconnecting with who you are and your star family or your earth family, and working with them to bring beautiful, guiding messages for humanity. Don't be scared. It's okay. It's okay. The more you are sharing the messages from the stars and from the earth, the faster we are going to move forward. Because all of this is one. by the infinity of space, the eternity of time, and the oneness of consciousness. I am wishing you a blessed week ahead, and may your heart be guided by love.
Star Nation News was brought to you by Elena Danan. Don't miss the latest news every Monday on Elena Danan's channel. Video directed by StefZak.